putting our eyes on the bag, and we're listening for the ball. And does the ball beat the runner? If the ball beats the runner, he's out. If the ball does not beat the runner, he's safe. We'll get into that later on, too. We're going to do some shortcuts for you, everybody. And we got our umpire. Let's just say we got a double, okay? Batter runner comes up first, and he's rounding. Now, what would you do? We're going to say the ball's hitting the gap out here, okay? So we're going to have our umpire. He comes around like so. And when you have nobody on and you only have the batter runner you're dealing with, that is the one and only time you really come out of that, or if you only have one runner. And we'll get into that later, too. I don't want to get too much confusion here in the beginning, especially for you guys just starting out. So if the batter runner's got a potential double, you're not going to chase him like this because you'll never keep up with him. Well, some of you guys might, but that's not the way we umpire. You come out from behind the plate and you run a diamond within the diamond, which basically, like so, if he were to go to third base and then if he were to come home, you can see somewhat the diamond within the diamond that I'm talking about. So now our umpire, he comes up here, and what he's doing here basically, and we come back to the batter runner. Let's come back to the play here. You're running, and you're always watching the ball and glancing at the runners. You watch the ball, glance at the runners. And when do you glance at the runners? About the time they're going to hit the bag. The first base, second base, third base. You have to time it, but it comes with experience. And if you played a lot of baseball, you'll have a good feel for it right off the bat. Okay, so as an umpire, I'm coming up. Here's the batter runner. He's coming to touch first base. My umpire comes up. He's in the diamond within the diamond, so to speak. We talked about that. At that point, right when I'm coming up here, now I'm realizing this ball's a gapper, okay? It's in between the center fielder and the right fielder. So I stay within my diamond here. And as he comes around first, I glance over. I make sure he hits the bag. And then if I think it's going to be a play at second base, I get right to the cutoff. I beat him to the play. I don't time it so it comes at the same time. I beat him. So the batter runner then, in other words, he's going to come into second base. He rounds first and he comes into second, and I'm there waiting for the play. And I watch the ball come in, and I make my call. All right? So you see how that's done. What if the man was going to go to third base? This is with nobody on again. The man was going to go to third base. Here, we'll get rid of these arrows. Okay, batter runner. This time we're going to say it's really deep in the gap, and it looks like he's going to actually make third base. So what would my umpire look like what he's doing? We'll start him over. He comes out from behind the plate. He glances over, makes sure he hits first, diamond within the diamond, and you want to stay ahead of the runner. Okay, let's make it a little more realistic looking here. We got the guy coming around, and we want to stay ahead of him. So I see him hit, and I'm going to stay ahead of him, but I see that it's going to be a possible triple. So now I start cutting this way. You see how I'm staying the diamond within the diamond. Okay, does that make sense? All right, I don't come here and then take off here. The only reason I would go to that cutoff to second base is you know it's going to be a play at second base. But if you know for sure it's a double, a possible triple, possible play at third base, then you're going to beat him. At this point, he's moving along here. I beat him. I stay ahead of him. I see him hit second. And then, now this is a tough play, especially with the ball hit deep to right field or in between the center fielder and right fielder. It's a tough play. I got to look over my shoulder while I'm running. But you can do it, and then you're going to beat him to the cutoff. Okay? Now, some people have asked me, but Bugsy, what are we going to do when that ball comes right at me? Well, as you're coming this way, you're going to have to open up. What I say, open up a little bit. You have to open up so that the ball, I'll show you how this comes in. Let's say the ball comes in this cutoff, and then it comes in like this, right? Well, you don't want to be right in the line of the throw, do you? So that's why we're going to do this. As an umpire, I'm not going to come right to that like this. I'm going to come out a little bit, and then I can get over there. See, and I'm getting out of the way of the baseball as it comes in. And I have to have my chest to the baseball as much as I can. And again, the one man, it's a funny system. I'm surprised it's still around. In Little League and youth ball, it's okay, but we see it here in Minnesota, even with some of the men's baseball, and it's an atrocious system. But when you guys are first starting out with youth ball, it's appropriate. You can keep up with it. A lot of you guys are in good shape. You can do it. one man with men's baseball or even some of the JV high school. It's tough. It's tough, and you got to be in good shape. But you got to be able to watch the ball, turn with it, stay ahead of the runners, and as you can see, this play would be a tough play.